So Cavs are battling the Knicks for that third spot in the Eastern Conference. They're a few games behind second place Celtics. Schedule seems to lighten up quite a bit for the Cavs. What's a realistic goal for them in the Eastern Conference, moving forward?
Yeah, I think that they could probably get up to third. Boston with Tatum back is probably either locked into second, or if Detroit keeps sliding, they'll pass them. But listen, right now the Cavs are in fourth, which is where the standings are right now, where you want to be, because you get, say, Toronto in the first round, and you think that's a winnable series with home court advantage. The second round, then if the standings if they stay the same, you let New York and Boston battle it out in the second round, and you're fighting Detroit. So every playoff series is going to be tough, and I don't mean to discount anybody, but theoretically, if you're the Cavs, you'd want to avoid Boston and New York as much as possible, and let them battle it out in the second round. And you'd rather face a younger playoff team like Detroit in the second round. So I think 4, if you can't get all the way up to 1, 4 is a pretty good spot to be, because you're avoiding New York or Boston in the second round in that position.
Cavs can't seem to get their quote-unquote starting lineup on the court together for an extended amount of time. What do you think Kenny Atkinson is kind of focusing on as you get that push to the playoffs?
Well, yeah, the focus is on developing and not so much developing, but getting guys that aren't in that starting lineup kind of, some reps in real situations. The Jalen Tysons, even Sam Merrill, Keon Ellis, these guys, the role players, so to speak, not necessarily all young guys, but role players who are going to have to be relied on in the playoffs and playoff situations on the road. So, they always say the role players always play better at home. Well, now they're getting an opportunity to, with these injuries, get more minutes in road games. Even guys like Thomas Bryant, who's been around for a long time and has a championship ring from his days with the Nuggets, and was in the finals last year with the Pacers. These are the guys that, at some point in the playoffs, you're going to need 1 or 2 of them to step up. And that's the kind of silver lining of not being fully staffed or having your entire starting lineup healthy all at the same time, is, guys who you're going to need in the playoffs are getting, and aren't your big names and aren't your starters, are getting important reps for when that time does come in the postseason.